Welcome to the video. For more great tips, strategies and to access your free expert downloads, please go to www.improveyourbusinesssuccess.com.
Hi, this is Mark here, and this is part of the Business Success video series, and today we're going to be talking about human resources. Now, human resources has traditionally been a little bit of a side supporting function in many organizations for admin and payroll, but more and more it's been seen as important to recruit, develop and retain talent. I was talking to a venture capital firm, a friend of mine who works there, and he was saying that in their criteria for investing in new businesses, it's the people aspect that they consider one of the most important, and that's because the world is changing so quickly and so fast that ultimately a business will succeed by the quality of the people it has in there. So today we're going to talk about a few strategies and concepts around recruiting and developing talent in your business, and I'll start with recruitment and how you actually make sure you get people that are solid, strong performers that are suitable for your business. So first of all, you should be looking at measuring cognitive ability, which is a measure of someone's fundamental problem-solving ability. Now, in a given role, they need a certain level to be able to cope with that role, but in terms of potential, if you're looking to employ people who are going to grow with the business and take future leadership roles, then you need to look at their cognitive ability, and there are plenty of ways to measure that. Then we're looking at things about fit. So the types of things you should be looking at exploring with are their ability to be happy and enjoy the role, and their ability to fit into the culture. So the role side of things is around the activities they actually like doing versus what the role will entail. So you don't want to have someone who's a very people-oriented person who likes engaging and talking to people, who's sitting behind a desk crunching numbers all day. There'll be a level of mismatch, and eventually their productivity will go down and they'll leave the business. And the second area is the organizational fit, which is even if they're smart, like the job, they may not have the same set of values as the organization, and they won't therefore be engaged in the organization. And again, you'll find that productivity will go down, and eventually they will leave or be forced to leave the company. The final area is around behaviors and their behavioral style, level of emotional intelligence. And this again is an interesting one. It doesn't mean there's something right or wrong, but you just need to make sure that behavioral style, emotional intelligence fits with the role, and within your company there's a good balance. If you're looking for the best decisions, you probably want a mix of behaviors in your business, but in some areas you may want a certain type of behavioral style to be effective in the role. So that's about your recruitment. So if you get the right people, then you'll find you'll have a much better time with the development and retention stuff, because the people are genuinely wanting to join. Puts less pressure on the development and retention. I'm just going to jump on the website to talk about some of the development and retention aspects. And here are some concepts that we believe are important. The first is to really look and respect your people. So when you look at the stats, you find that the direct manager is one of the most critical levers in there. And if you can get people to actually be engaged in a business as opposed to simply there for the money or whatever, then you're going to find they'll work a lot better for you, and it'll be a much better place to work. So you need to find a way to get engagement with your people. One of the best ways to do this is to look after and respect them as individuals. That's point number one. The second point is helping people to grow. Now, we talked about the money. Yes, money is important for people, but if people feel they're personally getting some growth and moving forward, that can be a great way for them to enjoy working at the company if they're getting some personal growth. The fourth point is the connection between the individual and the organization goals. In the modern world, it seems that people are struggling with communities and breakdowns of families, and it's amazing. I've worked in a company that had a very strong goal-oriented culture in terms of everyone felt they're part of this giant family, and it was amazing what people would do to do that. So really try and get a connection between the individual and the goals of the organization, rather than it being an us and a them type culture where only the directors might care, where the employees are simply working for them and take it or leave it type attitude. So if you can get everyone within the organisation feel that they're important, their role is important to the goal, and they believe in the goals that are useful, they think there's a good place for the business to be, then you'll find you'll get a good level of retention. And the final aspect is that to try and make the work as fun and meaningful as possible. You need to understand and respect that people are spending a significant portion of time in the workplace, and therefore it's important that they want to be there, that they enjoy being there. Now, people do have a 9-to-5 culture and they'll look forward to the Friday, but they need to have fun and have a meaningful time at work, so try and create that fostering environment. So there are some tips around the recruitment, effective recruitment and development retention of people. It is important. Turnover of a business is a terrible disease. You lose masses of intellectual property. There's a lack of engagement with the organisation. You really want to keep a handle on any turnover issues you have and get a good organisation. Hope that helps. Cheers.
Thanks for watching, and remember to check out our awesome blog at improveyourbusinesssuccess.com. Have a great day.